Let's get some expert analysis right now. Joining us now, data expert Paul Mitchell, owner of Redistricting Partners and vice president of Political Data Inc., also the architect of these new maps voters are voting on tonight. Paul, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. It's so great to have you with us on election night. Usually you're here in studio with us, but I know you're at the party headquarters in downtown Sacramento. And you give us what you're looking at in terms of the data, but you also can shed some light on the maps as well. But I want to start with the data side of it. Sure. What has stuck out to you so far?
What's been interesting is, first off, the amount of ballots that came in early. We had a real rapid return of ballots, almost at 2024 general election levels early on. That was really surprising. The other thing that was surprising was how partisan it was. So you had a very partisan electorate turning in their ballots very quickly. As we got in here to the last weekend and what we're seeing today, we're not going to be at 2024 general election turnout numbers, but we are seeing long lines at the polls, like your story mentioned. We're seeing a lot of enthusiasm and support for this, albeit it is much more partisan in nature.
Okay, so I want to go back a couple of months and give a little context here, because right when this idea was sort of thrown out there by the governor, I believe it was on his podcast, and you commented on the tweet, or maybe it was your own post where you said, like, hey guys, this is going to be big. If the governor does this, this is a bold move here. And it wasn't really talked about right away, and the governor was serious about it. It was full steam ahead. And we first started seeing polling about this, and in terms of the independent commission and getting rid of that, the early indication was people weren't super jazzed about that. But when there was a second question asked in terms of explaining what was happening in Texas and what was going on here in California, they were in favor of it, right?
Yeah, so there were a lot of Democrats nationally saying, what do we do to push back on Texas? We knew what Donald Trump was doing, going into Texas and saying, I deserve 5 more districts and draw me more districts. But what could California do to push back? The voters in California love the Independent Redistricting Commission. But it wasn't until Governor Newsom went on a podcast and he said, I support the Independent Redistricting Commission, but we have to do something right now. This is an existential crisis, and we can do something temporary and return to the commission. And I tweeted immediately, whoa, this is different than anything I've heard as in terms of an approach. And then when you saw initial polling on this, you would do polling and find that 75–80% of voters support the Redistricting Commission. And then 2 questions later, they're saying, oh yeah, I'd set it aside for a temporary set of lines based on what Texas is doing if we can go back to the commission. And the idea of voters being able to hold both those concepts in their minds at the same time really is a testament to the ability of voters to think about such a critical issue at a time when, you know, our democracy is kind of at stake nationally, and what's happening before this midterm election is unheard of. So it is really interesting. And I came into your show with Matt Rexroad at kind of the midpoint of this, right as we were starting to see other polling on this. And even then, I don't think a lot of people were convinced that this would be easy. The fact that we're going into election night and all the polling and data suggests that this is likely to pass. When we did that show 2 months ago with Matt Rexroad, I don't think that was really the attitude. The attitude was, governor's taking a huge risk taking on this challenge.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Matt Rexroad, someone that you work with often in terms of the independent commission and being involved in the process in every time we redistrict here in the state of California. I believe you both at the same time on the show called the independent commission, the process here, the gold standard. But we're taking, we're sort of pausing that. And just for people who are watching the show, that if you read the ballot measure, you know what's going on here. This is going to be in place until 2030, and then we will go back to an independent commission. What do you say, as the person who drew these districts, what do you say to the voter out there that is skeptical that we will not go back to that?
Well, first off, the reason that we would never kind of make this permanent is because voters support the commission. When you poll and ask, do you want to get rid of the commission? 12% support. This is a very unique situation, and it was a big election and took a lot of resources, over $100 million from the yes side, to try to put voters in a position where they could understand that this is temporary, it's dealing with a one-time crisis, and that this goes right back to the commission. And I think a testament to this is the fact that we had state redistricting commissioners, Trina Turner, Sarah Sadwani, and others, come out and support this. They supported it because they understood that this is temporary, and they understood that we could push back on what Texas did and still maintain California's values around redistricting.
All right, Paul Mitchell, we are going to be speaking with you all night long. I know you're a busy man and you're in high demand, as expected, every single election night. So appreciate you giving us some time here during our 5 o'clock newscast. We'll talk to you throughout the night.
Look forward to it.